Hey y'all, it's your girl Tashana, and I'm back with another informational video so we can change energies and raise frequencies to help make this world a better place, to help make our world a better place, to help make this world a better place. Yes, if you're new here, my name is Tashana and I'm the founder of The Chosen One's Love. We give out motivational, inspirational, and informational videos as much as we can to help raise energies, frequencies, and vibrations to change mentalities, and yes, help make this world a better place. This video is to let you know, read your handbook everywhere you go. If you have to be in a certain place, in a certain environment, around certain people, against your will, or because you are inside of this matrix like everybody else, and you already don't want to be there, it's going to make your life easier by reading the handbook everywhere, okay? Reading the handbook for any government facility, for any business that you are dealing with or you have to have dealings with, read your handbook. The handbook holds hidden knowledge that people that work for these establishments or work for these businesses are not going to tell you, because one, ignorance of the law is not an excuse. So ignorance of their conditions or their terms for their own business, and you not knowing that information, is not an excuse. Why? Why is it not an excuse? Because they gave you the handbook for the job. It is for you to read it. It's not for them to make you read it. It's not for them to enforce you to read it. When I tell you, the handbook will relieve you of things that they try to get over and do on a daily basis. If you read your handbook, you will be able to speak a language that other people cannot speak to these businesses or these organizations or these government officials, that will stop them in their tracks from using and abusing you, or using the color of law against you, or breaking the law or the oath that they swear to uphold against you. It will stop them in their tracks. Reading the handbook everywhere is like learning the law that you so desperately need in order to venture and get through this matrix, because ain't nowhere in the world they're going to give you the law to represent yourself against them. You have to go seek that information. You have to go seek that knowledge. You have to go want that knowledge, basically. So you have to understand that if you read the handbook, you will find out valuable information that will stop a business, an environment, a person, or a government facility, or any type of entity that is trying to use you, abuse you, and get over on you because of their own issues, because of their own lack of people, or their own lack of manpower, or their own lack of machines. Whatever they're lacking, they try to use the human, or us, the employees, to make up for what they're lacking. But they will try to use you and abuse you and go super far with it if you do not read the handbook and you know that they can't do this certain thing, or they can't do this certain thing, or it's against their terms and conditions to treat people like this, or they have to abide by these certain rules because OSHA said so, or because the government said so, or because when they had the founding fathers or the CEOs of this business, they established these rules that they cannot break in order to keep the people happy inside the establishments. Well, some businesses break those after a while because they can't keep people in the establishments, or they can't run the establishments the way they need to, or they can't direct the establishments the way they need them to go, because one, their upline, their supervisors, their leads, their CEOs, their general managers, their higher. It all starts from here and it trickles down. So if you have a sucky supervisor system, or if you have people that just don't know what they're doing and they're in positions of power inside of your company, I can guarantee you they have not read their handbook. They don't even know what's in their handbook. When you have bad management, don't nobody in the company know what's in the handbook. So it's It is very important for you as an employee, not employer, not business owner, as an employee to read your handbook. Because remember, we're all starting from the bottom and we're trying to get to the top. We're all going to start out as employees in this system, unless you're privileged, unless you were raised privileged, unless you were just handed things. We all have to start out at the bottom in this system. So I'm trying to give you information on this channel to help you beat this system, or to help you work with this system, or to help you get around this system so you can prosper, so you can grow, so you can change, so you can transform, so you can awaken to the person who you truly are in your higher power, in your higher consciousness. So when I tell you, if you are an employee for any business, for any entity, for any establishment that you know is not going to be your career, more than likely, these people are using and abusing you and telling you to do things that you cannot actually, that you do not actually have to do. They all are part of the matrix. They all are part of the system. So you need to be able to read your handbook, literally, thoroughly, to know what they can and cannot do to you, to know how they can and cannot treat you. These people will use you and abuse you and get over on you, because remember, most of these, everybody there is for a check. They're, whether they salary or they're getting paid weekly, bi-weekly, everybody is there for a income. Everybody. So people don't care if you working harder than the next. People don't care if she walking up and down the aisles not doing no work all night, as long as they getting all this other work done, the important work done. They don't care about the people that ain't doing work. Let me tell you, all these businesses are being ran dysfunctional. They don't care. It's a lot of people not going with their business ethics. They don't care that you are there slaving away in this business, basically killing and destroying your own self, your own body, for a business that you don't even really want to be in, for a career that you're not going to be at for too long. You are just simply there for a check, to save us some money, to get out of debt, to better yourself so you can move on to the next step. Well, these people know that, and they don't care to use your energy as far as they can, as far as you will allow them to take your energy, as far as you will allow them to take your manpower, as far as you allow them to take your intellectual ability, as far as you allow them to use your brain inside of you so you could just be a puppet for them and shut up. Let me tell y'all, read the handbook. Read the handbook. These people have to follow the handbook. They are scared of the handbook. If you are an employee, I don't care for what job, I don't care if you love your job, read the handbook. It's going to give you information. It's going to give you details about this job, about certain positions in this job, about how they can do things, about the way they're going to do things. Don't just focus on one part of the handbook. Read the entire handbook. There is hidden information inside of these handbooks to give you direction and give you protection for the company. It lets you know how you want to maneuver in this business. It lets you know how you need to be treated and how they need to literally treat you like you are worth something inside of these businesses. And if they're not, read your handbook. Read your handbook. It is important to learn your handbook. It's just as important for you to learn the law. Because if you want to beat this system, and if we all come together, we can beat this system by learning the law. Okay, y'all, it's getting dark. My lighting is getting bad. So I'm going to end this video with read your handbook, y'all. It is important to read your handbook. We are in a fake system. We are in a fake matrix, but they have laws. They have guidelines. They have terms and conditions that they must follow. They cannot just do anything and everything to you that you don't allow them to do. So make sure you learn the handbook, you read the handbook, and you stop allowing this injustice in the workplace, in your life, in your environments, around people, with people, concerning people. You can stop the mistreatment that you are going through in your career or in your place of your place of work, or your business that you have established, or your employees that are working for you, or a business that you are working in and you are the employee of. You can stop the mistreatment right then and there with quoting things from their handbook and making them have to go back and actually read their handbook because they ain't touched the handbook in 10 years, because they ain't touched the handbook in 5 years. They don't even know what's in their own handbooks, okay? They just handing them out. So it is important, because you are an employee for this establishment, for this business, that you read the handbook, honey. Read the handbook. You will save yourself a lot of mistreatment. You will save yourself a lot of modern day slavery. You will save yourself a lot of bullshit if you read the handbook to any establishment. Okay? Read the handbook to every establishment that you have dealings with, that you're doing business with. It will save you a lot of trouble, and it will help you more than you know. And also learn the law, y'all. And I'm going to be eventually getting into law videos. So stay tuned. You will stop yourself from being mistreated and used and abused by establishments, by businesses, by employers, or places where they don't give a crap about their employees. Okay, you're just there to get your money, so make sure you stand up for what's right, for what is right, and how you're going to be treated. I hope y'all gained some very valuable information from this video. I love y'all, and I hope y'all have a very beautiful, blessed day.